All right, welcome to our team call for Wednesday. It's February 17th. Half of February is already gone. It really scares me every time I look at the date because it's just like time is flying. Tonight, I only have two things to show you guys, or two things to go over before I hop into the topic itself. As always, I like to kick things off with some recognition. So I wanted to give a congratulations to Emily Ridgway, who's going to be a brand new Emerald coach tomorrow. Jennifer Miller, who is regaining her diamond status. Sonia Foy is going back to Emerald. And Lila, I don't know why I can never remember how to say her name. She's going to kill me, but she's going to be back to diamond tomorrow too. So congratulations, ladies. Does anyone else have any other recognition?
I do. I don't know if Leslie's on yet. We were just out to dinner, so she may not be home yet, but I know that she'll want to officially congratulate Leah, who's going to be Emerald tomorrow.
Yay! Congratulations. Leah. Your team's rocking, girl.
Yeah, I'm so proud of all of them. They're awesome.
Anyone else? All right. It sounds so quiet right now. It's like really freaking me out. Okay, so I'm fully going to share my screen with you guys today because I want to show you guys something that a lot of people may not even know about. So a lot of times people ask if anyone has ever, had someone who's diabetic, for example, and wants to drink Shakeology. It's probably a horrible example, but you're always thinking of these questions, and the team page, our timeline in there is just crazy. So what I want, you guys can see my screen, right? Yeah? Yes, okay. Everyone was just staring. I'm like, okay, so in the team page, and you can also do this on your mobile phone, which is amazing. There's, let me see if I can get a little highlighter going on here. Spotlight. Can you guys see a little spot thing? Okay, so right here, you can click search this group. So I don't, now I'm like blanking, but if there's anything you ever wanted to know, if someone else had posted about it before, like how to change my Shakeology flavor. So what I'm actually going to be doing is anytime I'm sharing information, I'm going to be very specific with how I word my posts. So for example, if you want to update your Shakeology flavor, I would make sure that I write it like that. So if you go to search for something in the team page and it doesn't come up, try like different phrases. So someone else had asked this week about how do they track their customers? And so sometimes you can try the word track, the word tracker, the word tracking, like try different things. But I just wanted to let you know that that search option is there, and it saves me all the time because I'll think back to when someone was asking a question and I want to make sure I go back and answer it. So, and then again, you can also do that on your phone. Does that make sense? Cool.
Yep.
That saved my butt for a long time. All right, let me turn this little shiny thing off because it's kind of weird. Oh no, I don't know how to turn it off. Oh, all right. All right, next. Oh my God, what's happening? Why won't it let me turn it off? I just marked my screen with an arrow. How weird. Okay, so I have a pretty little presentation for you guys. And I wanted to do this presentation with you guys because our team is about to hit 1,000 coaches in our downline. Now, granted, we all know that not all of those coaches actually end up coaching, but I feel like a lot of people shy away from sharing this business opportunity out of fear that they don't know how to lead a team and that they're so afraid to be responsible for people. And I still even hear that from my leaders. I just asked, sorry, I cannot like do things and talk at the same time. I asked some of my team if they wanted to be mentored more closely by me, and a lot of them said yes. But a lot of them for the question, what are some of your concerns and fears? They all said, I'm so afraid to be responsible for a team, or what if I fail? So I just wanted to kind of briefly talk about leading from the front. And I just want you to worry about you. Because if you're bringing your A game every single day and you're doing these things like showing up on the calls and you're doing awesome social media posts and you're doing your workouts, if you're worrying about your business, typically that's the type of coach you're going to attract to your business. So don't focus too much. And again, that's a lot about how you master your mindset and you focus more on what you can control rather than what you can't control. So our job is to motivate, inspire, support, and lead. It's not our job to grow someone's business. So don't feel like you have to make them successful. That was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. So ideally, I'm bringing people on. You're bringing people onto the team. It is completely up to them. It's not up to you if they decide to quit or if they decide to stick around. And I feel like that will probably it'll help you not look at recruiting and having a team as a scary thing. And I can't see the chat box right now, just so you know, so I'll go back to the chat box in a second if you guys do have questions. But you don't want to know everything. You don't need to know everything. You're never going to know everything. I'm still learning, even as a leader. If someone is going to do this, they're going to do it anyway. Just because you have an amazing upline or you are an amazing upline to someone does not guarantee any success. I can't even tell you guys how many times I open my email or my coach applications to join my team, and it's coaches from top teams, like top coaches that want to join my team. And that to me just says it doesn't matter who the upline is, it's that coach. Because how could I possibly help this coach more than Brittany Leggett could? She's number 10, 11 in the entire company. So if they're going to do it, they're going to do it anyway. So kind of give yourself a break and understand that it's really not all up to you. I don't know why my slides have been doing this. It goes to like midget mode. Enter full screen. Okay. So I want to hop into getting your coaches started right. As you all know, I'm such a preacher when it comes to this stuff because I really know and believe that a lot of this is more attitude and belief in your mindset more than any of the how-tos. So just for a second, stop to think about what was it like for you to be a new coach? This is how I started to grow a team because my upline and I are very different. So when I became a coach, there were things that I would have changed and done differently if I was her. But that's because everyone runs their business different. So think back to when you were a new coach and what do you wish that your coach had done for you? Or what do you wish, or what did you love that your new coach did for you? And basically you want to duplicate that or change it. I'm sure that you are overwhelmed, scared, fearful, unsure, uneducated, pretty much like a fish out of water. So just remember what that feels like and let them know that you're side by side with them. Set the tone and the expectation of your relationship together. A lot of times we recruit our own friends, right? Our neighbors, our friends, our family come on board, and that can be tough. So everyone's personalities are different, and as a leader, you're going to learn more about that. You can always read books about it. But for me, I just like to set the tone and expectation of me being still their mentor, but of course we're going to have fun. And my golden rule is I'm going to match their effort. So if a coach signs up and they're not even sending me back their coach questionnaire, then why should I be giving them time of day when I have other coaches who would love to talk to me all day and learn the business? So you don't need to be rude about it or anything like that, but just let them know like, hey, I'm here to help you. My goal is to help you be successful, but I'm going to show you the how-tos and then you have to apply. I match your effort. That's my go-to. And if you're a coach on my team, you've heard that before. The only responsibility that I kind of put on myself from the beginning, only because I hold myself to a really high standard as a Team Beachbody coach, is that I try to help my new coaches have their first success to remind them that they can do this. So the smallest thing will go really far in terms of getting them pumped up. Help them share a piece of their story. Help them, craft a new photo of them and their kid making breakfast together and show them some new fonts to post. Help them with a fitness post in the challenge group. Help them write an announcement post. So I do a little bit of hand-holding in the beginning because I know what it's like. And I love my coach Liz, but she is more of the type of coach who's going to be like, okay, this is what you do, now go do it. And then we'll talk about it. And so for me, I hold hands a little bit more. Sometimes it shoots me in the foot, but I really want to help you guys start posting on social media right away. Maybe you can help them do the memory jogger exercise. Sometimes there are coaches that join our team that feel like they don't know anyone. And when in reality, of course, we know a lot of people. We just have to do a little digging. Or maybe you can help them with their first challenge pack, getting their husband signed up, or their sister, or something like that. Anything to help them have their first success. Sorry, need water. And also, expect that they know nothing, because they really don't. So every single coach on this team is drastically different in terms of what their career is, what their self-confidence level's at, where their fitness level is, where their social skills are at. So I always assume that this coach is that they don't know anything, and that I need to tell them the first few steps. The mistake I made when I was a newer coach recruiting my team was that because when I signed up, I was so independent that I went and got the information. So when I was signing on coaches, I'm like, man, why aren't my coaches doing what I did? I just went to YouTube, or I just went and did this. And of course, we love everyone to do that from the beginning, and we try to create that culture. But just know that they don't know anything. Lots of hand-holding, encouraging, and support. But don't chase them. We don't want to micromanage them. Sometimes that can really put people off. The last slide, actually, I talk about that, so I won't go into that too far. But I also wanted to put this in here for you guys. Remember why you decided to join as a coach. What's your mission? And I say this because when I decided to join as a coach, I was really into my fitness, and it brought me so much joy. And when I was a new coach, I was really excited to say I was a business owner. I went out and I bought my planner, and I was really wanting to find people who were not just going to quit a month later. I'm here for the long haul, and I knew that. So why did you decide to join as a coach? And kind of share that with your new coach. Tell them what your mission is. Because I have coaches on this team who love food. For me, I'm so boring. I could eat everything cold. Like, obviously, I wouldn't sit there and talk about food with my coaches, but just build that relationship with your coaches so that they're hopefully, in some way, shape, or form, on the same mission that you are. All right, so I don't know why it's doing that. Sorry, I'm gonna reopen it. That's two different things versus. Can everyone make sure that they're muted too? I hear background noise, and I would have to exit out of this whole thing, but thank you. Okay, so what is next? This is really the meat and the potatoes of the call. So we don't want to scare them off when we sign them up, right? You don't want to be like, okay, welcome email, welcome to the page, I'm going to add you to a challenge group, then your coach questionnaire. Like, if you word vomit this on them and just expect them to be able to handle all this, you're probably going to make them run out the door. So just remind them that we're not going to know everything in the beginning, and it's going to be you and me together side by side, business partners. That's the way I treat my coach relationships. And again, I've already said this, but remind them that you're going to match their effort. So just take it one day at a time. They can't think of it too much as the big picture yet. Excuse me. So that really helps new coaches not feel like they have the whole world on their shoulders. And especially if they have, life going on and a full-time job. But I just want you guys to know where you should be helping your new coaches, because I didn't realize, because in my mind, I was thinking, well, I did this with my coaches, so they'll probably do it with their coaches. And I learned that the coaches aren't doing that. So first things first, welcome email. And I do have my exact welcome email in the resources for you guys. And if you can't find it, you can always just ask in the team page. So if you want to, of course, please make it your own. I personally take the light, fun approach, and I give them action items. Then I add them to the team page. And you also want to make sure that you add them to a challenge group. Now, the key is don't just add them to these pages and not explain to them what you just did. Because you'd be so surprised. There's so many people who don't really understand how Facebook works and notifications and things like that. So this is the part that is up to us, just to, again, kind of set the expectation and let them know. Your welcome email should also have the coach questionnaire included in it. If you're one of my personally sponsored coaches, you know that there was a link that you clicked on and it brought you to a form. For the coaches that would love to make your own forms, you can make up to 3 free forms. I use Wufoo, but you can WUFOO.com, but you can also use Google Forms. and they're just as beautiful and they're just as easy, but for some reason I got hooked on Bluetho. But the coach questionnaire is important, and here's why. Because if someone joins my team and they don't send me back the coach questionnaire and they tell me they're all in, I mean, I can't take them too serious. And so that's kind of the first thing that they need to do to show me that they're all in this. After their coach, of course, I read through their coach questionnaire. After it's returned, I give them my online scheduler. Now for me, I just love I think having an online scheduler is the most girl bossy thing out there. It makes me feel professional. It comes right to my email. It's all organized and it's free. So I use Acuity Scheduling, ACUITY scheduling.com. It's free and it's so cool. I love it. And so make sure, if you don't have an online scheduler, make sure that you give them options to choose from. So for example, I'm available next Monday between 1 and 3 or Thursday between 12 and 5 or something. So make sure you're giving them, at least within the next week, give them your schedule availability. Because what happens if you're just like, yeah, let's plan a time to talk, I promise you it's never going to happen. And if they send you a coach questionnaire and after you read it, make sure you thank them, because that means you guys are in business and it means that at least that they're going to try and they're going to go for it. Next, you want to review the new coach chart and goals. And I'm going to show you guys really quick. I am going to go to, this is all in Dream Corp. So if you guys are just like, oh my God, what's happening right now? It's all in the resources. So if you go to our awesome albums, I hope you guys are enjoying that. Ooh, this somehow got moved. We need to move that back there. Okay, new coaches start here. New coaches start here. There's too many windows. So the new coach chart is right here. So when I click on that, it comes right up and you guys can print this out. You can save it. But this is actually what I go over with them on their new coach call. And so if you want to know how to go over this and what to say, I even made a video for you guys right here. If you would like a video to explain this chart and break it down, I've made a video. Now, I hope deep down in my heart that you guys aren't just going to use that video and send it to them, because what I really want you guys to be doing is building the relationships with people. But to get your feet wet and kind of have an idea, definitely, absolutely, you want to take a look at this so you can know what to say. You might fall on your face a few times. You just got to get out there and start. It's not going to be perfect. And then if, let's say you have a coach that is absolutely cannot link up with you in the first week and do this getting started right call, then you can send them that video. That's really the only time if we can't, link up for some reason. I know my schedule was really crazy, obviously the last few months, so I did kind of have to use that a few times. Okay, let me go back to this. And then, so when you're going over the new coach chart, oh my God. When you are going over the new coach chart, you want to make sure that you're giving them markers to focus on. So after you go over this with them, you kind of want to give them the idea that as a brand new coach, your goal would be to post 1 to 2 awesome posts a day on social media. That's something that they can focus and control on. We want to be doing our workouts. We want to check into our challenge group. And then in terms of the business itself, I tell them our goal is to help 3 to 5 people a month with their fitness program and Shakeology. Not rocket science. Most people think that they have to sell 100 Shakeologies to be successful. That would be great and everything, but that's really not what we're, wanting a new coach to be focusing on. And then I tell them about Emerald. And I say your first rank advancement, it usually happens in the first 30 days for a new coach. You'll have 2 coaches under you drinking Shakeology. They can be a discount coach. They could be your mom for the discount, or it could be maybe your best friend who's excited to coach with you. It doesn't matter, but it's 2 coaches under you. So those are the things that I tell them to focus on. And then it seems much more achievable, right? You break it down for them in terms of what they need to focus on. Okay, now I can close this. I get really discombobulated for some reason when I'm talking and clicking at the same time. It's like doing makeup. I cannot do makeup and talk at the same time. Okay, full screen. Okay, Okay, and then the fourth little blue dot, I guess we can call it, and almost immediately you want to help them start sharing on social media. So I tell my coaches, don't make a big deal out of this. Just be consistent in getting your name in the newsfeed. If you have children, pull the mom card or the dad card. It is the easiest and most awesome post that will get you a lot of likes and comments in the newsfeed. Show people what you're doing in your daily life, and you want to share with excitement and passion. Another thing that, as long as they're willing, and I hope that they would be as a new coach, is to make an announcement. One of my brand new coaches, Brianne Galvin, she just made an awesome announcement post, and she said, what should I share with this? And I said, go grab your best selfie of you and your daughter. And she got, I think, 60 likes within like the first hour. So help them write their post. And I feel like that's, most of the times, that's their first success. And they feel really empowered, and I'm excited. And then they realize that it's not that scary after all. And then when they are sharing, help them understand sharing the why behind why they're drinking Shakeology, why they're coaching, why they're on this team, why they're in a challenge group. Whenever I'm sharing posts and writing, my goal is to share the roots, the why I'm doing this. Because if I'm just like, did my workout, what do people have to say about that? They're like, oh, there goes Colleen, just sharing her workout, being that annoying fitness person again, or drank my shake. Like, people don't care really that I did a workout or that I drank a shake. But if I share why, and I'm talking about my story, that's why I say we get paid to be a professional storyteller. If you share the why behind it, it makes people more interested to hear and learn about what we're doing. Something that quite a few of our coaches have been really good at lately is sharing engaging questions. So Jessica Raker, one of my great friends, she's a new pregnant mom, and she's been asking her audience questions about, what crib should I get, or what should my new mom to-do list be when I think it was for like going to the hospital. And she had like 50 people commenting on it. So as a new coach, it could be, if you're out shopping for new fitness clothes, which color should I get, the purple or the blue or something? Just get your audience involved, and it's really going to help you on Facebook. And here's why. If you guys don't know this, there's actually something called the law of reciprocity. So hard to say that. Reciprocity on social media. So if you're the person that's just scrolling on social media and not liking and commenting on other things, Facebook basically, it doesn't see you as an active account. It just thinks that your account's sitting there. So you also need to be in the newsfeed liking and commenting on other people's things, because that gives Facebook a red flag it gives Facebook a red flag, meaning that you're interacting with this person. So that means Facebook is going to show that person your posts. So if you want to be in people's news feeds, you need to be liking and commenting on other people's stuff too. And of course, share vulnerability. I did have the new book. I just bought Brene Brown's Daring Greatly book, and I'm 3 pages in, and I've been on fire all day from it. If you are afraid to share your story, and you feel like you could be so successful with this, but you just aren't there in terms of being human and showing our flaws, you guys need to read this book. It is so awesome. I might do a workshop on it. Me and another coach were just discussing it, but that's going to be not for a while. Okay, and then another question you could ask yourself in terms of helping your new coaches, because that's what this is about, is help them always have questions in their mind of, why should someone come to my page today? So if I go to your page right now, if I just see you drank your shake and you did your workout, is that exciting? No. We need to, again, tell part of our story, share why, be inspiring, educating, and entertaining. Those are kind of the golden rules of social media. Okay, and then the last little blog here is, of course, this is on the new coach checklist, but we want to make sure that they have the Getting Started Right webinar. For me personally, it's included in my welcome email. I just spent 2 hours on my Valentine's Day putting together that brand new folder of social media examples and what posts should look like. I feel like ever since I made that, I'm seeing so many awesome different posts. So I literally want you guys to take your posts side by side and just kind of take a look at what you're posting versus what other people who have great interaction on their social media. Now, I will say if you're brand new, you're probably going to get anywhere from 1 like to like 11 likes. And then it will slowly start to go up to like 20 to 30, 40 to 50. And now mine are in like the 60s to hundreds. So don't expect on week 1 or even, month 6 to have tons of likes. But the examples that I put in there will give you guys some great ideas. Don't copy, just be inspired by. And then the Jumpstart training. I'm still trying to figure out for the team if it's better to keep it self-paced or to do the groups or offer both. So bear with me while I kind of still figure that out. I know a lot of you guys are starting to branch off and do your own trainings, which is awesome because that's going to help you lead your team even better. And just so you do know, we will have a brand new Jumpstart training videos and a brand new Getting Started Right webinar as of March 5th. It's going to be done. So if you are a newer coach, I know the material, it's over a year old now, and I'm so excited that I'm going to just re-record everything and give you guys the goodies. And I don't know why it makes me do this, but we have to go back into full screen. Okay, so last little tips to help you guys lead your coaches and get them started right. It's very important that you kind of nudge them, not, again, micromanage them, but let them know that they need to be working with you. They do need to schedule calls with you, so offer them. So if you have 1 day a week that you only have, an hour or so, if you have a small team, just do 15-minute power chats with them, 20-minute power chats. So figure out what your schedule can be. And then with that, learning how to hold my coaches accountable and learning what their love languages are, it was very important for me. So for example, like Candace, she loves tough love. She's like, beat me up, tell me 10 times like what I need to do. And she's like, I love it, I eat it up. But I have other coaches that will literally hate me and delete me if I tell them the same thing I said to Candace. So it's very important to kind of understand and ask your coaches, so how would you like our, mentorship relationship to work? Do you want me to say it how it is? And so you can kind of go through the different personality types with them and ask them. And hopefully they'll be open with you and tell you, but this is going to help you hold them accountable. For example, if a coach tells me on a scale of 1 to 10 that they're a 9 or a 10, sometimes I get 11s, that they want to work this business, and then I don't see them doing anything, that almost gives me the opportunity to follow up with them and say, hey, X, Y, and Z coach, I know that you said that you're a 10 out of a 10, that you want to work this business. I'm here to hold you accountable. I'm not here to hold your hand and drag you through the sand, but I want to hold you accountable because you told me that you wanted to accomplish X, Y, Z. So ask them, do I have the permission to hold you accountable? And you're not going to beat them up and be mean about it, but you're just going to check in with them. Root them on through their post-challenge group posts and trainings. I kind of just live on Facebook, guys. It's just what I do. I am here to just help any and everyone that wants to go to the top with this, and I want this team to do amazing big things because I know your potential before you do. I can see it in broad daylight, and so I'm writing on your posts. I'm liking on your posts. You guys know sometimes I'm the first person to comment. That's what you need to be doing, at least for your personally sponsored coaches and challengers. So hopefully they're posting in the challenge groups and the trainings, and just give them all your love. This is such an awesome question. How are you? This is also a question that you need to be asking your upline. So Candace will do this for me all the time. She'll be like, hey, how are you? And my best friend Katie, hey, how are you? And so we're just checking in with each other because I don't see myself up here above them. I honestly see myself as equals, and I'm just here to support them. I don't micromanage them. I'm not their boss. I'm leading myself first, and they're following in my footsteps. Lastly, empower them. Give them responsibility and ownership. This was something that I did not understand in the beginning. Delegation is really hard for me because I love to do it all. I'm just crazy and I love this job. So I've learned that I do need to delegate out tasks and responsibility. Because think of it this way. If your upline reached out to you and was like, hey, would you like to speak on a call with me this week? You would probably want to go throw up in the corner and say no, but it's going to help you grow, and you're going to get to know your coach better, and you're going to be able to step into those leadership roles a lot faster. So if you have personally sponsored coaches, ask them to help you run the challenge group. Delegate responsibility to them. If you're going on a trip, have them run your team page for you. Yeah, so that is my blabbing and sharing for today. Was that helpful in any way, shape, or form?
Yes.
Okay, good. Does anyone have questions? Oh, good. I'm glad you guys got the Acuity scheduling thing. There is an upgrade option for Acuity scheduling, and apparently I paid for it for a few months when I was just doing my taxes. I didn't even know, and you don't need to do the upgrade, just so you know. Yes, Courtney, I like to read the comments for the people who are watching the recording. I posted about coffee yesterday and got so many comments. So if you guys have a favorite product, oh my, especially if you're a girl, oh man, you have to try this hair detangler, or you have to try this face scrub. Like, those kind of posts go absolutely wild. So again, social media isn't rocket science, right? We're just being out there, we're providing value, we're being social and having fun. Emily, I think I saw you post about your lavender oil too. And guess what I did? I went back to your post and I wanted to order it. So it's funny you say that.
It's amazing. I got it.
What was that?
Oh, I just said it's amazing. I got it on Amazon.
Oh. So Taylor asked, I make my page unprivate, but do I accept every request? Sometimes they're creepers. No. So the key for that, I made the big mistake in the beginning because, again, no one told me this stuff. I was like, oh, friend request, accept everyone. I'm going to have the biggest team in the world. And then I realized when I got to 5,000 friends that 90% of them were not in my target market. So Taylor, for you, you would, of course, want to accept females. I don't accept males. If a male is reaching out to me to join my team, they're messaging me. They're not going to stop at just a friend request. So I am only really, and again, if they're like creeper status, and even if it's a female and they're creeper status or not really my niche, I kind of do some digging on their profile, and then I don't accept them. Do I message people on Instagram? Yes, I do. So I have been, on a scale of 1 to 10, I probably worked my Instagram like a 7 for the last few years. And it's slowly getting there. I actually met Layla on there. We had the same tattoo artist for my new tattoo. So that's how I met her. And so I'm trying to like rack my brain right now. In our Dream Corp training resources, there's actually in the social media training part, there's a little photo on how to direct message people and what the process is. So you follow someone, you like a few of their photos, you comment on their photos, and then you can send them a direct message. And we also just had a national wake-up call on Instagram, guys. So if you didn't know, we have a national wake-up call every Monday. And Jennifer Richardson, she hits like Success Club 20 to 50 every single month from Instagram. But it's not my main form of contact, but I do it. I do it. That sounds funny. More questions. If you have a coach that says they want you to push them and hold them accountable, but they don't make any steps forward, how do I handle that? So I usually just start with a message, because sometimes I made a mistake early on in my career. I don't know what's going on in people's lives, because I kind of gave them tough love. As you all know, I give really tough love. I gave them tough love, and I found out that like something tragic happened in their life. And then I felt like a total jerk. And I'm like, oh, obviously that's not really what I meant. I thought I was just trying to like hold them accountable. So I always just check in with their social media first. And if they're kind of posting and it seems like everything's okay, I'll just kind of check in and say, I'll use your name, Jessica. Hey, Jessica, I just wanted to check back in. I'm really excited to help you get started in your business, and I just wanted to follow up and see where you're at. First things first, I want to make sure that you did this. And so just, kind of see what they say. And most times, Amanda Johnson is an amazingly talented coach on our team. She's a local girl here in Tahoe, and it took her over a month to finally get started. And then as soon as she did, she hit Success Club every month. She was hitting like Success Club 10. And so I had to nudge her a little bit and do a lot more hand-holding. Probably more than I should have, but I knew she had potential. So just kind of asking them if there's anything I can do. Are they confused? Maybe they're lost a little bit. And if they still kind of don't do anything, they might just be talking the talk. I have a lot of people calling in on Friday, and I want to make sure it goes smoothly. I scheduled already on Zoom. Wait, did I miss another part to that question? Or are you just asking for Zoom tips? I don't know.
I'll just unmute because it's a little easier.
Okay.
Okay, so Friday I have 2 10-minute ab Zoom calls scheduled. One, I'm doing a West Coast one and then an East Coast one. And so
Cool.
I want to make sure that, yeah, I'm a little nervous, but it's okay. So I want to make sure that I get because this will be the first one that I'm scheduling myself.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that it goes smoothly. So I scheduled the calls in Zoom.
Cool.
And then what I was going to do was post on the group the call-in information with the codes.
Uh-huh.
And then just make sure that they have, because they'll need like a chair, and tell them what they need. And then when they log in, like I have to log in first, and then they can log in since I'm the host.
Right.
And then since I'm not doing we're just doing the video portion, and I'm not really sharing a computer screen class.
Okay.
Do I need to do anything special for that?
No, the only thing different, just make sure that you have your video on and unmute yourself. The only thing that is different is when you share your screen, and that's actually just as simple as hitting the mute button and the unmute button. It's just a different button where it says share screen. So no, there's really nothing to it. Zoom's really easy, and you shouldn't really have any problems. That's it. Have some music playing when they join. Get them pumped up. Oh, yeah. So someone was asking about, so I get tagged in, I have like 890 pending posts right now because I get tagged in so many things, and I don't want to be tagged in things that I don't want them on my timeline is what I'm saying. So Candace was just saying that you can actually set it up that you have to approve the tag so that it shows on your timeline. Because when someone goes to your timeline, if it's like everyone else's story except yours, someone, by the time that they're done scrolling, because people's attention span is so short, they might not ever get to your post. So I personally like to pick exactly what I want to approve for tags. Jen Richardson's handle. Let me find it. She's so badass. I'm so jealous of her house too. Yep, she's Jen, Jenn, Fit Couture. She owns the Fit Couture. Is that how you say that word? I'm so not cool. Fit Couture clothing company. Find it? All right. Oh, did someone ask a discount coach question? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Courtney, for answering it. I'm so behind. I was talking with Leslie today about the Coach Online office. I know we have some basic setup videos on how to set up your websites, but how deep do you suggest we go to show things like sponsorship drill down, or should we wait? So that's kind of something I've been asking around because I'm redoing our new coach training. I'm actually making a video showing them how to change their placement, and I'm going to tell them and explain to them why they see random people showing up on their shared leg, because I know a lot of coaches are like, who are these people? I didn't sign them up. Oh, cool, I'm Emerald. I'm like, no, not yet. So I am going to be including that in my videos. And then I'm also going to be telling them what they need to focus on, like they need to get to diamond so that they have their highest team cycles at $18. And I'm going to tell them why it's important to have a balanced team and make sure you separate the coaches that want to work the business on the left and the right. And I'm going to tell them that once you start to build a team, this is where you're going to view your coaches to make sure that they stay active. And I'm literally just going to keep it at that. So I'm not going to dive in too deep, but I am going to say that part. Now, in terms of when I think you should tell them, as soon as they are starting to create, like as soon as they get to a half emerald, they need to know, because otherwise they'll never be checking. So hopefully that answers that.
Yeah, no, it does. Thank you. And I was also just thinking, we were talking about like reports and stuff like that. Like I know you run a report to get the Success Club board that you put up and things like that, kind of at the same time as they're starting to build a team. Would you share that?
You kept breaking up there, so I think I got your question. Like, when would I share so I wouldn't ever give that in a jumpstart training. That's more of like an emerald to diamond. And I still haven't really had the chance to ever like make an emerald to diamond, because we've been hopping around to so many awesome trainings that I don't know if I'm ever going to get one that is like, boom, here's our diamond training. But personally, like that's done for me in my one-on-one relationship. So like Layla, she's just hit diamond in like 90 days. And so I had to make sure that I told her like, hey, I just wanted to let you know some important things as a diamond coach. So maybe that's a video I could make, pushing for diamond, that type of coach, things that they need to know and focus on. But I don't think it's like a new coach thing.
Awesome. Thank you.
You are welcome. At least in my opinion. Any other questions? These are awesome questions. You guys can unmute yourselves if you want. All right. Well, I won't keep you guys any longer. That's all I had for you guys tonight. And I'm happy that we recorded this so that if you do have new coaches that are kind of like, okay, what do I do now with my new coaches, you can show them this video. And of course, it's going to be added to our team recordings, which is now also in an album. So I'm glad it was helpful. And thanks for coming, guys. I'll see you later. Have a good night.